Okay. In accordance with the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, this channel is not to be viewed by children under the age of 13. Viewer discretion is advised. First off, I want to apologize if anyone saw the stream yesterday and wondered why I deleted it. There was a processing error and it only got like 5 minutes in. Hey everybody, Dragon King Mark, and welcome to Let's Play Shadowrun Dragonfall Hong Kong. Shadowrun Hong Kong! Extended Edition. Oh my god, I am so sorry. Part 10. Last we left off, we did a bit more investigating, and, well, we found out a bit more about Elder Magpie. We talked to some more people, and after going into the garage over here, we found a lot more pieces to the identity of the criminal. It's a Renraku Red Samurai. Why they're doing this, I don't know, but we might have an idea on how to find him. We first need to get access to the storm drains. Now we have two options. We could go talk to Rainbow, or let's talk to Porter here. Do you have a key to the storm drainage system? Sure, why do you ask? Drop a gun down a grate or something? Following up on a lead on a killer. In that case, take the dang key. You'll have to forgive me if I don't want to go down there with you. Porter peels an antique Yale-style key off of a key ring and hands it to you. Knock yourself out, man. There's an entrance up by the Jade Mountain restaurant. Can't miss it. Thanks. So, what have I been doing this week? Not a whole lot, honestly. For the most part, I've just been gaming. Oh, if you were part of Sky Children of the Light, you might also know that, we just recently broke a record. Domenico's gotten himself a new cup of soy cap. He must run on that stuff. As you approach, he lifts it in salute. Hey again. Any developments you need my help with? Whoever fought the police in the garage did it at close range, with a blade. That's definitely unusual. There are a lot of people in Hong Kong who can fight with a blade, but not many of them could take out 4 police officers and win. That's a losing fight even for the best gangers out there. Whoever you're looking for, they're no common killer. Yeah. Into the storm drains. So yeah, Sky Children of the Light did a concert a few days ago. It was to most people in a virtual concert concurrently. 10K each time across dozens of instances. I think we just destroyed the record. Despite the darkness, you can see something glitter at the edge of the drain. Looking closer, it appears to be a necklace chain of some kind. It becomes caught in the drain's grate, narrowly avoiding falling down the deep pit. Let's take it. Lifting the necklace out of the drain, you turn it over in your hand. It's a simple silver pendant on a chain. The silver pendant depicts a long-tailed bird in flight. A magpie. So this must be the sewage that leads down below into... I guess Magpie's body must have... I guess that must have fallen off Magpie's body when whoever killed her in her shower. The necklace must have fallen in there. Oh god, please do not tell me that's Magpie. The disgusting pile of stinking human remains smells strongly of blood and the first stages of decay. The arms, legs, and organs here are heaped together like stacked firewood, leaking blood and gore across the floor. The parts contained therein appear to have been sliced away from the parent body, rather than torn bin. Judging by the clean edges of the cuts, the blades used to sever these parts was extremely sharp. This is a whole world of messed up, Sang-chan. Isabel takes a moment to suppress a retch. You think the killer stashed these here? They're stacked. They've been organized. This is our killer, alright. Looking closer at the pile, one part stands out. It's a severed forearm and it's covered with tattoos. Words in a Slavic language and a shining lighthouse adorn the forearm, and ring-like images are inked on each finger. On the back of the hand there's a skull inside of a square. Whoever owned this arm isn't likely to be Wampoan, as the tattoos look like they were poorly drawn and inked by hand, rather than a machine. Most likely Russian criminal tattoos. So, looks like our killer here ended up killing a Russian mobster. I got a bad feeling we're about to meet them very soon. Anything in here? Oh, we could have just gone through here. So yeah, the last person who held that record was Fortnite at 12.3 million. I'm pretty sure Sky Children of the Light just destroyed that record. Goody for us, honestly. I was part of that group. Me and two of my friends. As you round the corner, you hear voices speaking just loudly enough for you to make out coherent sentences. The speakers are definitely not local. They speak with a slight Slavic accent, and their clothing is heavily armored. Around them are a number of crates and boxes, all mostly filled. Looks like the group is packing up. Yaroslav says the boat will be ready tomorrow morning. He's got everything arranged in the port authority. With the port authority. We need to move the goods to his warehouse. He'll handle loading them onto the ship, and we can get paid right then and there. York spits on the ground. I'll be glad to be done with this filthy place. I will too. I hate having to hide in these damn drains. It stinks out here. I can hear the devil rats running down the walkways. It's a mess and it's disgraceful. We shouldn't have to put up with this bullshit. And Alexander still isn't back from his little trip. We'll have to leave him behind if he doesn't get back soon. I know, Galina. Until Audrey says we're in the clear from the triads, we can't be seen with the goods on the street. They find us, we go back to Vladivostok in sausage casings. Those Red Dragon Mudagi don't screw around when it comes to protecting their turf. Who knows? Maybe Alexander was stupid and they caught him. Either way, we'll have to lug this crap to the drains for a few clicks. Several boxes near the two women bear a distinctive label, a magpie in flight, the same emblem you saw stamped on Magpie's equipment in her shop. The old woman sniffs the air suspiciously and her eyes dart toward the dark tunnel you stand in. Before you have a chance to get out of sight, she locks eyes with you. Oh crap. The orc lifts her chin as she regards you, cracking her knuckles. What do we have here? A curious little pest coming down for things that don't concern them? What do we do with pests, Galina? Galina puts her hand on her shotgun's barrel. We break them, Vasilia, and then we hammer our spike into each of their throats so anyone who sees their bodies knows not to meddle in our affairs. I suggest you stay where you are, pest. I'm not looking to meddle in anything, I'm just looking for a serial killer. Well, you found some friend. Us. You think you could just walk out of here after finding us? Think again. Because I know what happened with Alexander. Vasilia's eyes narrow. She hisses her words through her teeth. If you so much as touched him, your suffering will be the stuff of legend, I promise. Where is he? The serial killer I'm looking for killed him. Why should we believe you? I think you're just trying to save your own skin. Right forearm, lighthouse tattoo, Russian words underneath that. On the back of the hand, a skull instead of a square. Sound familiar? Vasilia and Galina exchange a significant glance. Okay, so you've seen his arm. That doesn't prove anything. You could have seen it on him. I'm getting pretty tired of it. You want to walk down the way and pull his arm out of the corpse pile I found? Go right ahead. I wasn't about to cart a severed arm around just in case I needed it. But I'm getting tired of this. Down the way in the drains, there's a pile of body parts. His arm is in it. You can go look for yourself. You're right. That is the act of someone very sick. We can talk peacefully, but keep your hands where I can see them. You took Magpie's key cards, didn't you? Yes, we did. Alexander took one earlier. He said he wanted to sweep the stockroom, see if there was anything worth stealing. Oh, that's a whole lot of stuff. Vasilia tosses you a key card. Here, we don't have time for this. We have to move this gear. If you want to play detective, go right ahead. Actually, there is one more thing I need to ask. Vasilia grunts by way of greeting. You again. What now? Is there anything you can tell me about the murders that I might now know? You think we get out a lot? I wouldn't have even known there were murders if I hadn't bothered to come out to get some soy calf last week. It's none of our business and it isn't our problem, and I like it that way. See you later then. Alright, we got that. Maybe we should tell Porter about this. No. Well, let's maybe see if the elders want something. We got the keycard to Magpie's storeroom at least. Nothing? Seriously? You'd think they'd be okay with me asking about that. Demergo? Here we are, the storeroom. So yeah, I do apologize about that. About yesterday. I don't know what happened. Plus, yesterday wasn't all that great of an episode. I mean, I did some good voice work, but it wasn't all that good. Despite the table's crude construction, an artfully laid meal awaits the owner. Several small dishes are filled with pickled vegetables, while a larger plate is arranged with long slices of raw meat. The meat is a pale pinkish white, like raw pork, and is covered with a light soy marinade. Poking at the raw meat, you discover that it's surprisingly tender. What's more, it has the faint aroma of marinade, as if deliberately prepared. I want to eat some, but I'm leaving the meat alone because I have a pretty good idea of what it actually is. This is the killer's hideout, alright. I don't know what that is in that corner. Looks like this guy was preparing to eat the meat, but as a meal, not raw. I mean, if he's a cannibal, he's gotta have some class. Oh god, the White Glove Society all over again. This box is packed full of odds and ends. It nearly overflows with a collection of knickknacks, souvenirs, and assorted personal effects. There is no rhyme or reason to the collection of items. They appear to have been thrown in haphazardly. Among the contents are charms from various temples, a wooden mask, and a paper fan. Examine the mask. The wooden mask is extremely light. It's been painted a pale white, and the surface is almost as smooth as porcelain. Delicate features and lifted eyebrows are matched with bright red lips and delicately carved teeth. The teeth have been stained a deep black. It's gotta be a kabuki mask. The charms, then? Small charms are square cloth packets, each approximately 1 inch wide and 3 inches tall. They come in a variety of bright colors and embroiled with characters for prosperity, peace, wealth, and protection. Inside each appears to be a folded paper prayer or fortune written in Japanese. If I had to guess, these have to be from temples in Japan. They sell those a lot, mostly for tourists. Examine the fan. Unfolding the fan, you tilt it up toward the light to examine it. The image depicts an East Asian city from the 19th century or earlier, curved routes at sunset beside a deep blue river. 2 ships sail down the river, which is in turn spanned by a long wooden bridge. In the foreground, laborers carry buckets along the shore as a man on horseback rides on the opposite direction. In the distance, a pair of large red buildings dominate the city's skyline. 1 large temple hall and a 5-tiered pagoda. Edo? Sounds like Edo. As you step back from the box, you hear a slight click in the distance. The sound of the door's latch shutting. You are no longer alone in the stockroom. There he is. Our killer. And he is a Renraku samurai. Standing before you is a man clad in heavy armor and bearing a katana on his hip. His skin is an ashen gray, his eyes dead white. His teeth are jagged and appear quite sharp. This is no man. This is a ghoul. The ghoul's blind eyes search back and forth as it regards you. Cannot see you, but you have a sense that it knows exactly where you are at all times. Ah, a hired gun. No doubt brought to bear against me by the COPPA and elders, a means by which they can lift the curse plaguing them. I salute your tenacity, but I wonder, will you hear me out before raising your weapon to kill me? You don't seem interested in eating me. Yes, I am not only talking, I am reasoning as well. And since you have not attempted to kill me, your own higher faculties are engaged. I am a curiosity to you. The ghoul bares his teeth, breath rasping over them as he inhales. You wish to know not only what I am, but what I have done. As for who, you may call me Gaichu. I know who you are. You're the one killing the COPPA and elders. You are correct. I have killed all the COPPA and elders to date. The only elder Magpie was according to my initial plan. I regret the deaths of the other elders, but it was necessary. What does Gaichu mean? Harmful insect. It's a name I have taken for myself since the word seems usually applied to pests, especially ones who drink blood, such as leeches and mosquitoes. The first character means injury or evil influence, and the second means insect or worm. This affair began simply enough. As you may surmise, I am not someone who can be seen in public without great risk. COPPA Garden is an excellent place to hide. No police or tribe have presence and minimal interest in things that lurk in the shadows. Unfortunately for me, Elder Neek discovered me through communion with her spirits. Rather than kill or chase me away, she came to me with a proposition. Neek and the other elders were having problems with one of their number. An elder named Magpie had been holding many of their plans hostage and would not budge. They could not remove Magpie, however, because her services were too useful to the Wampoans at large. Neek offered me payment to dispose of Magpie, and I accepted. Wu shoots you a sidelong glance, tusks bared as he grits his jaw. What the hell are we talking to this thing, Sangshan? It's a goddamn ghoul, and you know what they're like. Really? What, pray tell, am I like? All teeth and claws and bad manners, I expect. Gaichu's tone is amused, despite the harshness of his rasping voice. Really? You wanna crack jokes, you cannibal? Wu takes an involuntary step forward, raising his rifle. You're the kind of monster that devour a family, just because it's convenient. Remember the 162s thing, Sean? He's just like them. The 162s were a gang, Wu, and the Barons. Like, that makes a bit of a difference. Go on then, talk to the monster. But I'm keeping my finger on the goddamn trigger. I believe we were speaking of the Elder's plan to have me kill Magpie. Surely you must be a little curious about that. You didn't clean up all of her blood. I found some in her drain. Ah, unfortunate. I had thought I was careful enough. Having it on my hands must have obscured my sense of smell enough that I missed the last remnants in the drain. I disposed of Magpie's body by emptying the blood in her bathroom. Then I cut her up into more portable pieces. Those were placed in a plastic tarp, which I took to the storm drains and hid. Gaichu nonchalantly waves a hand, his tone flat and unconcerned. It's unfortunate, but my survival depends on consumption of raw metahuman flesh. Letting such nourishment go to waste would be a foolish error. But why kill the other elders then? Although I got a pretty good idea why. I contacted the elders, not in person of course, and they arranged to exchange payment. I assumed that since the job was done, Neek would be a woman of her word. Baring his teeth, Gaichu hisses his next words through clenched teeth. I was mistaken. I arrived at the nearby parking garage the elders had told me about. They had cleared out the other Wampoans under some pretense, though I'm not sure what ruse they used. The elders never showed up. Instead, several members of the Hong Kong police force arrived. They were more heavily armored than usual, and so I suspect they knew something of my nature. I saw scarring on the concrete from bullets and a blade. You killed them with a sword? And my hands, yes. My blindness precludes the use of ranged weapons. Unfortunately, since I was an excellent shot before I became infected. But my skills in grappling and kenjutsu have only increased. The battle of swords is a clash of souls. Mine was stronger than theirs, and they perished. A betrayal of that sort cannot stand. Not only wasn't I paid for my time and effort, the Wampoan elders treated me like a common animal. And so I am much more than that. Reputation is everything, and I had none. I had hoped to build a network of contacts so that I would be able to continue finding work, but with that treachery, my hopes were dashed. I decided to become the monster that they feared. One by one, I have eliminated them. They know how to contact me and could have ended their nightmare at any time by making amends. I would have asked for more money, but I wouldn't have ceased my hunt, and they did not. Instead, they contacted you, no doubt asking you to eliminate me where the police had failed. So I ask you, what now? What will you do? Will you attempt to finish what the Wampoans started? Or will you treat me with the same humanity I have shown you? Let me ask you some questions then. Very well. What would you like to know? Did you eat the elders? Some of them, not all. My condition requires that I consume raw metahuman flesh. I do not require a great deal to survive, perhaps 3 to 4 pounds per week. Consequently, there is vastly more supply than demand. Yeah, remember the ghouls in Dragonfall? Same concept with this guy. Although it looks like he prepares his meals. I guess he wants to keep his humanity. Is this from your armor? Ah, yes. I felt a ragged edge on one shoulder plate. I assume it was removed when one of the police officers shot me with his rifle. The hazards of war include unkept attire, unfortunately. Why would the elders have you killed instead of paying you? Any number of reasons. They are notorious cheapskates and will always try to save money when dealing with outsiders. It could be their natural inclination toward profit. They regard me as subhuman and therefore unworthy of respect. It could be that they thought I was too dangerous to allow to live. It could even be that they simply did not like me. The net result is the same, however. They reneged on a deal we brokered and intended to have me killed. A message must be sent. Blood must be paid. As they have hired you to kill me, they have obviously not learned a... Listen. If I let you live, what will you do? Kill the rest of the elders and anyone else they sent to exterminate me. It is a matter of survival. Should I ever have the opportunity to work freelance again, potential employers need to understand the price of betrayal. These murders are my curriculum vitae in revenge. I made a decision. Oh? What then will you do? How will this story end? Come and work with me. I can be your face. A curious offer. What are the elders? Will you allow me to kill the satisfaction of killing them? I want to see what they have to say first. I will counsel you not to believe their words, but you have the sound of one who is wary as a matter of course. Very well. Let's wait until a bit later in the night. Most pedestrians will be off the street. It will be easier for us to approach a Wampole without getting noticed. Without being noticed. Sounds like a good plan then. Alright. Everyone's gone. I am getting hungry. My mom made raviolis last night. Those were good. Well, I guess we gotta go to the Wampole now. Shame we can't bring Gaichu to talk about the mess he made. And there they are. Oh, elders! And Porter, we need to talk. As you approach, Elder Neek's eyes widen. Her mouth falls open, and the veins on her neck bulge. What are you doing? You brought this thing into our home! Quick, kill it before it kills us! Porter hefts his pistol warily, but does not aim it at anybody. Yeah, I have to say, this isn't a good idea. Why the hell is a ghoul in here, and why is it wearing armor? Calm yourselves. I am not an it. Your elders know this intimately. Gaichu bares his teeth in a rictus grin as he turns to face Neek. Good evening, Elder Neek. I can smell your fear. And I'm glad of this. It means you are learning the price of betrayal. Whoa, what the hell's going on here? Can someone explain to me why the ghoul is talking? Gaichu had a contract with the elders, and the elders have been lying to the rest of the Wampoans. We would never lie to the Wampoans. Our rule is to protect this community, not lie to it. What proof do you have to back up your claims? Porter nods at the elders, looking back to you with a wary expression. I'm interested to hear what kind of evidence you have to support this theory, Sangshan. As far as I can tell, this monster killed Tong and the others, and that makes him a threat that should be eliminated. The elders hired Gaichu to kill Elder Magpie and make it look like she disappeared. You believe this vermin? This creature that feasts on metahuman flesh, that kills and dismembers our tribesmen? You are a naive and foolish man if that's the case. Neek spits on the ground in front of Gaichu. What proof do you have that Magpie is dead? Neek, please. It matters where an elder is accused of breaking our law. The other elders generally judge them. It matters where all of them have been accused. I'm authorized to act as a judge. Make your case, Shadowrunner. I found Magpie's necklace in the storm drains. Porter takes a moment to examine the necklace. He nods at you. This is definitely Elder Magpie's. If you found it in the storm drain, that's suspicious, but hardly proof on its own. Of course it's not proof. The number of things lost down storm drains in Hong Kong must number in tens of thousands per year. Well, usual, it's hardly evidence of foul play. There's a large amount of blood in her shower drain. So what? Perhaps she cut herself and washed the cut off, or perhaps you are mistaken about it being blood. You're simply guessing as to what happened. That's true, it's a guess. Even if it is her blood, that doesn't prove that the elders hired this ghoul to kill her. Porter gives the elder Eep a sidelong glance. The elders have always protected Wampoa, guarding to the best of their ability. She hasn't been seen in a month, not by anybody. She wouldn't just disappear like that. That may be unlikely, but it's hardly impossible. You haven't established that the elders were involved. All you've done is make suppositions about it. What proof do you have that we hired and betrayed this creature? I won't sit by and listen to idle accusations without any kind of concrete evidence to back it up. What about the fight with the Hong Kong police force? How do you mean? What does that have to do with the elders and that ghoul? This is a piece of Gaichu's armor I found in the garage. The markings on it prove it. You point out the armor's markings to Porter and he nods with some satisfaction. This is from the armor, definitely. But how does it prove that the elders knew of the ghoul's existence? The police officers were abnormally armed and armored, with much heavier gear than on normal patrol. They were armed with armor-piercing, discarding sabot rounds. That's hardly standard issue. Lesser weapons wouldn't have broken that armor plate. If all they were working for was a common fugitive, why be prepared for a fight of that magnitude? Fair point. Obviously, they knew what they were searching for. That doesn't mean we did. The evidence in the garage points to a fight with someone using a sword. We allowed the police into the Wampoa Garden because they were hunting someone. They never told us who or why they were looking for their quarry. It didn't have anything to do with us. Gaichu hisses through clenched teeth, addressing Porter Liam. I was only in the garage to collect payment from them. The ordinary residents were warned of the HKPS arrival and were gone by the time I arrived. That's suspicious, I admit. Porter regards the elders for a long moment. It's those that prove the elders knew it was the ghoul. You Wampoans don't allow police inside the area. Why make an exception this time? The police were polite and asked for our permission to enter. They were hunting a non-Wampoan. That was reason enough for us to allow them in. Porter considers this for a moment, and then shakes his head. Hey viewer. That doesn't add up, Neek. Why would the police ask for entry now? They've never been polite before, and they've always tried to force their way in here. It just doesn't ring true to me. Did you ask them to come in order to hunt down this ghoul? Preposterous, Porter. You know what our community is like. You wouldn't lie over something like this. This ghoul has been lying the entire time, trying to cover his tracks. He still brutally murdered several elders. That's true. Those murders were vicious and cruel. Porter fixes you with a hard stare. I don't see any way to explain that away. This ghoul is a monster for how he killed Tong and the others. Tong wasn't tortured. There was no astral residue of pain or fear. He didn't even feel the blow. That is correct. I struck a single blow while his back was to me. His death was instant. Regrettable that he had to die for your folly, Neek, but necessary to protect my reputation. Neek glares at Gaichu in a stony silence before addressing Porter. You cannot believe what these people say! They are not to be trusted, and even if this is true, he still killed Tong. Porter looks back at Neek, his expression flat and without emotion. Maybe so, Neek, but a monster would not take Tong's suffering into account. He may be a killer, but he's not heartless. The scene of Tong's murder, like the others, was a deliberate sham. It was made to look more horrific than it was. I believe you. The blood spewed on the walls, the removal of his skin. That's a scene designed to invoke horror, not the scene of an actual fight. Elders, what do you have to say in response? This is a farce. We have dedicated ourselves to protecting the Wampoa tribe and everyone who lives in Wampoa Garden. Do you really believe outsiders and monsters over our word? We have only tried to end the killings? We have only tried to end the killings? You've been duped, Porter. You and the Shadowrunner. I concur. Porter, you know me. You know the kind of person I am. I wouldn't be part of the killing of another elder. I can't believe we're even entertaining the notion that we have to defend ourselves. We should be disposing of this ghoul instead. Tang narrows his eyes to you hissing. If you think I'll forget this, you're sorely mistaken. I will not tolerate this kind of insult. The others were all too happy to have the red spears move into the garage, almost like they wanted to keep anyone curious about the fight anyway. Fight away. That's right. Eep, you even told me not to go to find out what happened in the fight. You said that the red spear gangers were moving in to leave them alone. Why would you tell me not to look into it? I was only trying to protect you from the red spears. They're dangerous, which is why I wanted to deal with them directly. Magpie's gear was missing. Obviously missing. Why didn't Eep tell me that? He would have had to have noticed, and Magpie's shop is locked up. Why didn't he want me investigating? Pure supposition! You think it proves something that I didn't notice equipment was missing? Magpie's shop is always a horrible mess. Tang, you did a full inventory of Magpie's Matrix servers. You assured us everything was running fine and you would be able to continue her work. But hard to believe you missed something as obvious as missing equipment, especially while searching her stock. That's all I got. Alright? I think I have some idea on what's going on here. And? What do you believe in the real story is? Gaichu seems to be telling the truth. Elders, too many facts don't add up. You're obviously hiding something, possibly a great deal from the rest of the tribe. I'm sorry, but I have to take you into custody until the community can decide the extent and manner of your punishment. That would seem inappropriate to me, especially given that they kept up this charade even to you, one of their most trusted citizens. Don't you dare talk to me like that, you disgusting beast! Eep begins to raise his weapon. Porter reaches out to stop him. Eep reluctantly stops. Eep, no. Don't make this any worse than it is. Porter turns to face you. Thank you, Sangshan. I'm certain that the justice is meted out. You're free to go, and I will ensure payment is delivered to you. So long as you take Gaichu with you, I can't have him staying here. He'll be coming with me. I'm not trusting that other decision because I'm pretty sure that involves me killing them. As you exit the Wampoa into the sweltering night air of the Kulon streets, Gaichu turns to face you. I confess I am unhappy with the decision to allow the Wampoan elders to live. We should have killed them, if for no other reason than to maintain our reputation. That's why I let them live. That's not how we do things. Gaichu bows to you, head held firmly very low. I can accept this. I'm unused to working with Shadowrunners, and I assumed you would see things as I do. Hopefully there is much I can learn from you. Shall we leave this place? I am eager to be done with Wampoa Garden. 2 karma gained. And with that, we completed our mission. As much as I wanted to kill the elders, I didn't feel like it was going to be a good idea. We don't have to kill anymore. And this is like a very rare mission that we don't actually have to, you know, kill anybody. Which is rare. Let's go back to Heioi. So yeah, Sky Children of the Light actually did that world record. And also playing a bit of Modern Warfare. I'm renting Armor Core 6. Just gotta wait a couple of days. The MTR rockets noisily towards Heioi along the edge of the Kulon Bay. The black water glitters in the night with the light of 1,000 reflected storm threats. Gaichu stares sightlessly out the window, one hand pressed to the glass. The plot of the elders is exposed and Porter Lam is in your debt. You have a new ally in the respected Wampoans. Sometimes everything goes right on a job. You got yourself lucky that this is one of those times. Agreed. We got a new companion, and we also completed a mission without anyone dying. Let's go talk to Maximum Law, see what he's got to say. So yeah, I don't know what happened with yesterday's episode, but since today's a nice day, I'll go ahead and I think today's going to be a decent day to stream. I'm definitely going to see about... Oh, we got a thing for Gaichu now. So we have Red Samurai Active Defense or RIP. Does additional 2 damage and bleeding. So this is the Ghoul tree, this is the Red Samurai tree. Ooh, that's good. Consumption of their flesh. Supporting the damage near my enemies. Katana attack that hits station targets. Generate 6. Ooh. Let's go with Ghoul. I think I'll mix it up. Okay, let's go talk to Law, then get our payment. We'll talk with everyone else later. Who the heck are you? Stephen Dynamite. A disheveled man in filthy rags teeters on the sidewalk, wobbling on unsteady legs. His bloodshot eyes dart about desperately, and the acrid sweat odor that wafts off of him buzzes unpleasantly in your nostrils. You okay, man? You have to help me, man. His teeth grind as his grip tightens. His hand feels like a vice. I need your help. Say the magic word first. The man yanks you closer. Your eyes are watering from his potent proximity. So you notice that his tattered clothing bears designer logos. Please, please, take handsomely a message from me. Take handsomely a message from me. I've never heard of him. Now, who are you and why are you touching me? I'm Stephen! Stephen Dynamite! He nods eagerly, desperation in his eyes. A sluggish tongue wipes itself over the cracked skin of his lips. Look, you gotta help me. I've been poisoned. That crap that Lee sold me puts bad things in my head. Whenever I close my eyes, I see dark, narrow tunnels. So many hands grabbing, razor sharp teeth gnawing, and the children. Bad things in your head? Are you talking about hallucinations? The junkie stares into space. A faint trickle of saliva makes its way down his chin. No, not exactly. More like nightmares. They feel very real. Teeth biting, faces I know. You know, this whole nightmare thing has been going around. It isn't just you. No, this isn't that. I'm telling you, I was poisoned. I know it. You hold me, won't you? Alright, I'll do what I can. Then tell Lee what he's done to me. That I need relief. Tell him I want... The sentence trails off. You've been a little vague about that, Steve. Need something in particular? I want my money back. His reedy voice wavers, but he tosses and says no more. Poison, nightmares, money back. Got it. Anything else? Just please come back and please hurry. Lee. I think I know who that is. Callum? No, that. Henry. Where the hell's Lee? Lee? Okay, I have no idea about that. Law. Maximum Law surveys the docks from beneath his meticulously patched tarpaulin. Goggled and belted with electronics, his arms folded, his expression stern. Sweat-drenched little king. His boat rocks gently. As you approach, he looks sharply your way and breaks into an awkward smile. Hey, St. John, I was hoping you'd come around. Got a minute? What's up? Kindly have Wampoa burn your sin. Word is you're doing work for her, not normal Yellow Lotus stuff. Law shifts from foot to foot. He fidgets the hardware on his belt. Shadowrunning. Yeah, I'm now an unusual asset. Wicked. Law says it distinctly in a hushed tone, then seems to catch himself. Draws himself up to his full height. His usual demeanor of self-assurance returns. Pretty ironclad, Sangshan. Pretty vicious. If you do good, you'll be noticed. Listen, if you got info about runs, I can make it worth your while. We want Poland's call this kind of thing metadata. Well, Poland likes to get the word on the street, for the active operators. Worth some credits? Doesn't what Poland's services to their clientele include not prying? It's not prying. Law speaks with authority. He thrusts his chest out and puts his hands on his hips. It's gathering information. The word runs on information. If you've got metadata for me, great. If not, see if I care. Law looks out through the rain, across the rocking boats. He wipes his foggy goggle lenses with the rag up from his pocket. His stomach gurgles loudly. Augmented reality goggles aside, this gig gets really boring sometimes. If you want to talk shop, I'm here. Your elders hired a ghoul assassin to... I know! Those piss-drinking, pig-sucking... Raw erupts into a torrent of livid, awkward profanity. Some of it pidgin of Cantonese and tech speak. He catches himself short, pulls himself back together, and clenches his fist. You know whose fault this is? Neeg. She always had it in for Magpie because Magpie was a genius. That turbo-soaring woo-woo idiot and her lackeys almost destroyed the Wampoa network. He folds his arms across his chest. I hope they string the bones of those morons from the guards with a bunch of monofilament wire from the blessed autofab. Law pauses and looks over at you. I heard all the rumors. What's the full story? What do you know? We need to put this data out to the whole tribe. Before I do, go on. You seem fond of Magpie. Magpie was the best of the bunch. She was a wicked coder and a Nova hot decker. Plus, she knew the infrastructure. Those of us in Magpie's bus maintain the shadow nets. That's what keeps Wampoa independent. Now we've lost Magpie and half the other elders. All that skill base is gone. All because Neek got a bunch of cruft in our boards. It was all her fault, I'm telling you. Tell Maximum all the whole story then. He listens with profound silence as you lay it all out. When you're done, he shakes himself, as if awaking from a bad dream. Whoa. Law seems stunned. For real? Man, this is gonna go down in trouble lore, Sangjan. Here. This is a cred stick I keep on hand for when people have special information. Take it, you've earned it. I kinda wanna think now. Share the files. See ya. You gotta go? Okay. Watch your back and shoot straight and all. Law grins at you and dexterously flashes a hand sign that Shadowrunners give each other in Holovitch shows. I got things to do too. Now, here's the thing. I only did this once, but you don't want to give Law the metadata after every mission, just for his own safety. Yoi Smuggler. Two men in dirty synth leather jackets look up from their conversation at your approach. They both look haggard, their shoulders slumped with exhaustion, and neither appears to have shaved this morning. What do you want, man? We're talking here. I'm new in town. Figured it'd pay to make all the connections I can. A grim chuckle rumbles out of him. You chose the wrong day, stranger. We're moving further downstream, and we're doing it today. There's something wrong with this place. Too many bad dreams. Know what you mean? The man blinks, his expression shifts from guarded to curious. Did you dream it too? The long corridor thing with the ivory crown? Something like that. He licks his lips, nodding. Lots of people in town dreamed it or something like it. From the folks I've talked to, there's a bunch of different versions. Some people turned away from the corridor or went down alleys and that kind of thing. I never even set foot in the walled city before, stranger, so tell me, why the hell am I dreaming about it all of a sudden? I don't even know what the damn thing looks like on the inside. I think there's something strange going on, something magical. The walled city is where it's coming from. He grunts. It's a curse. Nothing else it could be. Everybody knows that place is haunted. A living hell full of evil spirits and poison key. If you're not careful, you'll wind up trapped inside with the rest of the human garbage. His companion cuts in. You catch a healthy whiff of alcohol on his breath. That isn't going to be us. No way. Only the lowest of the low wind up in the walled city. So like he said, we're going further downstream. As soon as our things are packed, we're out of here. Damn right. This place is a dump anyway. Let's try our luck on Macau. To hell with this place. Best of luck, then. We could say the same to you. You're staying here in Haoi after all. The three of us, you're the one who's most likely to need it. Okay, let's go get our payment. Then we gotta go talk to Gaichu later. The workstation image computer. Go pull the tone to the workstation image. Alright, 500 messages. About those dreams, saying a party, Ravenflax history, opportunity. Actually, let's go to the job directory first. Claim the payment for Whampoa Garden murders. You submit the job as finished and await the response. A few moments later, a message pops onto the screen. Kindly attend to Singshan. The Whampoans tell me that they've ousted all of their council of elders, something to do with you exposing their efforts to cover up their own mess. It isn't the resolution that I expected, but I think it's acceptable. If there's one thing I don't trust, it's people who won't pay what they owe. Thankfully, the Whampoans are more reliable than Meek and her allies, and so am I. Your payment is attached. Kindly Chang. Alright. And with that, I'll call it here for today. We gotta go ahead and talk to Gaichu, but we also gotta go ahead and talk to everyone else after that mission. With that, I say our mission is done for the day. I'm Dragon King Mark, and next time, we're gonna go do some more talking around town. Talk to everybody, see how everyone is, and talk to our new resident. If you like what you all saw, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to stay notified, and I will see all of you next time. Laters. Here's hoping the stream processes successfully other than like last time. If not, I'll stream during the week. I'm gonna try streaming during the week, see if it works.